but whoever's dropping on them probably doesn't have the same experience as Shark either, because they're not dropping here, right? If these guys are all from NAE East, it's got to be someone else. This fight is such an awkward one. You take down Sky, you get the grapple, you get the AR, but normally the other duo will then camp the vault. Do you leave with what you have, or do you try and go all in? It's always a crazy fight to watch.
And when it comes by surprise like this, you don't necessarily go for the same strats. Usually you'd want to be a little bit more efficient when you're not being contested. And now they clearly are pushed off. They clearly don't have that vault.
You're not going to get any heavy snipers, any other power items. Zone looks like they definitely didn't get it. I'm not sure how far away it is. Either way, look how Shambles they already look. No shotguns, 2 ARs, dealing with henchmen still. If they've gotten this vault and gotten out, that's super impressive this quickly. Oh, there's the vault. No, they're camping the vault, so they have vault control. Vault is still closed, but I'm guessing Zexro and Mac would have control. They may have just gotten the grapple and ran, which, while that might not cause Arab to go down here, that's going to have to upset their average placement, surely.
Actually, definitely an interesting strat if they could grab that card, grab the grappler, grab the AR, and then leave and drop it off somewhere else, get some extra loot that they know possibly are uncontested, maybe at Craggy, for example, because I'm pretty sure they're not contested over there. What if they just go right back over with the boat or whatever? Nades being thrown, though. Are these coops? Because I think now that means... Do they have the card? He's actually claiming, too. I'm not sure.
I think Sky might have just been taken out. I think I've talked to Arab. I think yesterday he talked about how sometimes there's a duo that comes through every now and then. Kills Sky, takes the card, drops it in the ocean.
And they have really no... Oh, there it is, the campfire. It is a white soccer skin. Very low HP. And if they can cleanly finish this fight, all of a sudden, it could be out of here. Yes, it is Macwood and Zexro.
He's in, he's taking down Macwood. That's a big stop, but he doesn't have it. Zexro has the loot. If Zexro wants to right now, he could just take the grappler and run. I don't know if that's Zexro's style. He's definitely one of those aggressive players. Let's see if he can find his way into this fight. They find himself with a shotgun now. They could win this. Arab making a placement for himself. Shyo mentioned it before. Hasn't really got the recognition he deserves. I mean, holding down Shark against 2 of the best players in the world for the longest time now. Upstart versus old school. Let's see what happens with this. This is such a good storyline developing. Game 6. And that's already 1 extra point for Arab and Coop now. We've seen they have the highest average placements if they make it out of here. Can they make it out though? And can they do it with their loot? It looks like Zexro's not trying to disengage. He's staying for the fight. He has the grapple and he can hold the high ground. Arab and Coop have no materials though, so Zexro has all control of the high ground. This is one of the most interesting fights I've ever seen break out. He's Spider-Man zipping around the rooftops, and unfortunately Coop and Arab can't do anything but watch him. They're trying to make their way up to him to see if they can do something, find these angles, just pin him down. It's going to be next to impossible to pin him down. He's just going to keep jumping around. Zone isn't that far, but it's far enough where they need to end this as soon as possible.
Oh, he's swinging across.
Seeing this a lot from this team. They managed to win Game 4, but I think the only time we tuned into them before that Game 4 win, they looked in a similar situation outside of Storm, looking very Shambles. Yeah, I talked about Colazo dropping retail, knowing his drop as well, but it seems like the rotate comes out slow. They've got an elimination, so maybe they had to go aggressive. Maybe they got held from someone who was going for an aggressive fight, but something's definitely changed in the game plan here. This zone was not that far from retail to see them this deep in Storm. He's got a purple pump in the hands of Colazo. He's got an insane aim. Very, very good linear player. He might be able to put it to work. We'll have to see if it's going to even matter, if they can even make their way in a zone. It's going to be very easy to hold them with the loadout they have at this point.
And here on the brighter side of the day, Crimson Kaz surviving. As soon as I mentioned that, Kaz loses all his shields. Trying to move in.
Oh!
Crims has the bottle up. Who is that? It's anonymous. That's tragic. That's the last game too. I mean, from this position, they're way too far north for that.
Yeah.
Possibly,
I don't know, but
yeah.
you see Chap
Outside
with
of
the early
Craggy.
rotates.
Is the hardest part. The biggest influence. Not sure how free Innocence and Aegis off spawn is. They never actually have a kill off of it. They have a mid-game fight that goes straight through. Here it is. It's from the box. Nice teamwork there for the double tack. And still, they're moving forward. There's another person in their box. It's going forward, going through. It's the wall retake.
It's also been the fact that if they win this fight right now, you're going to have Innocence with the mythic drum gun, and there it is. My god, that is going to change up the tournament so much. There's almost no more power weapon in the game on a controller player right now than that gun. So they're currently sitting in that top 3, currently still in first, I believe, and they're looking so good right now. That's 1 elimination already, 307 above Storm Surge, and it wasn't just any elimination. They managed to pick up the agency elimination. They have the floppers and the shields to get back up, so that was an insanely big fight for the tournament.
Every zone today has been kind of above Sweaty Sands towards the northern side of the entire Fortnite map. Sometimes possibly easier to fly over to Slurpee, easier to get tags for people who are looking for shots. So this Mateos, and then another one from AV onto his partner. That's a quick sweep and a nice finish. These guys had a big refresh, a nice upgrade on all materials, and an in-and-out operation.
Yeah, Launchpad comes out. He's now got a decent rotate on high ground. He's going front side of zone again. He's probably second or third from height if they can get up there. We've got Arab and Coop now, though, looking really, really good, still proving their dominance. It just increases the storyline more. If they now win this, even having not got the Vault and Shark loot, it would be even more monumentous for them. They're looking so good. He's rotating to front side. Can he pull it off? Arab and Coop still there. Arab not looking the best on shields, has some minis. Coop looking all right from behind, has the rocket too. If they can somehow knock out height or take it, they're looking so good right now with the rockets they have.
Innocent still up in the game
that
too.
Last Beckett coming right through. And Innocence is here too. He could be on height, could be low. Mikey, once again with momentum, gets a knock. And there's someone else, it's Kel, who was in top 10, who gets another knockback, but then the zone bounces back. It's not an elim feed, it's not the action feed. It's actually live for Arab. He gets one of the best possible scenarios for his position. Sizlucky and Lazar, in very similar fashions on a higher mid-ground layer, they get to pull all the way through. And all these guys have such big loot loadouts not being used yet, so much potential being saved for the end of the server. But is it possible for there to be enough room to use it? This RPG, how do you peek out? Do you shoot at height? Do you shoot low ground? So many options.
Look right here.
Currently have 3 teams in the top 5 still alive right now as full duos. This is looking insane ending. As I say though, Lazar goes down. Sizlucky has to try and solo clutch that one. We swap back over to Arab and Coop. They're in zone, 28 alive, 1 elimination. We see a heavy snipe on Coop too, and we have the rockets on Arab. They could make a play for that soon. They're looking for it. Zone pulls. We haven't seen them look up towards high ground. Unless they're really secure, they might make a play for it, or they're going to keep rotating. They need a solid game here, but if Innocence and Ages are still in this, they could be stacking up even more points. They're dropping down. Definitely not looking for the high ground. Coop and Arab have to pull something off here. I think Ages and Innocence are still in this one, fragging out. So it's going to come down to who can get more limbs. They're playing safe for the placement. It would make sense if the team that was above you wasn't still in this lobby. They need to pull something off. Either way, this is such a finish.
They are. It's Cheech again in the feed. So many of these names. Innocence or Age are still up and still fragging, but another name is Zexor, who's still up in this. Remember the start at the Shark, he actually makes it all the way here, even though we thought it wouldn't. But look at this zone, 17 people alive, surviving in Craggy Cliffs, still 15. Moving in the last one as Coop picks up a big impact.
Arab picks up a nice medkit as well. These guys move forward. This is their moment. Coop actually going down. No, that's Cheech going down to Coop down below. And now a final clutch moment for Innocence for Ages. They finally get eliminated. Arab now is going to be the clutch player. He gets 1 pump. The next one, that was the one on Ages. He's going to be looking to survive afterwards. It's a big tag. It's not enough to take him out or break his focus whatsoever. No builds. One person gets knocked before him. That's the last wall to block off. Gets him a nice refresh. There's 100 mats left. He keeps moving forward. This is his moment.
Can Arab pull it off? 8 players alive, 6 eliminations. This is his moment. Can he step out? He hasn't had the respect for the community for a long time now. Can he pull it off? He's going for the medkit play, the old school specialty. My God, the new school player going for the old school play. He's rotating through now, coming out late. He has the advantage. People in front of him, no builds because he went for the healer. Everyone's on low ground. There's so many people. He goes down top 5. He's hyped, but it may not be enough. We don't know. An absolutely ridiculous ending to this storyline right now. We don't know if Ages and Innocence are still in this one. One of them went down. Sizlucky and Lazar. There's only one player. I don't know if that's Papa Arab. Someone's come in to get hyped with him. I'm not sure who it is.
Chap and AV possibly in that one. Sizlucky and Lazar P possibly in that one. Zexro and Macwood possibly in that one. Another time again, we see Furious and Giancho up alive in this one too.
And then there's Chaotic moving in. He got a few eliminations of that Elim feed. We have Chap. Someone talked about him being on height. Spades is the one who we pitted up battling against Crims, so we didn't actually see anything from him being done. I think Innocence or Ages, though, on the Elim feed gets so many shots off, so many eliminations. And this is right before just one placement threshold has been handed out. Spades, though, 7 HP, has to make something work.
He's doing so well, and not to even take the fall damage. He had to just like hug those walls as he dropped down. A little bit of death running goes down though. Stowe gets carried, taking him out. I'm seeing a lot of Cheech in the feed. I'm now seeing Coop in the feed. I don't know if it's just because it's the Cheech and Cheech. I'm seeing more of it, but they're picking up a lot of eliminations in the feed. This is going to come down right to it. It's Ages and Innocence, Arab, Coop. I'm not sure. I know someone said Chap on high ground. I haven't seen too much in the feed from him, but I'm seeing a lot of Cheech in the feed.
Yeah, these guys are still operating, not fully carried out just yet. You know, there's one box moment when that zone bounced back to 9th. That's where Arab, there it is, makes the play. Hoops there too. Chaotic going down. The hopscotch shot. Oh my God, Panda. This man's a kangaroo, wrong animal, my friends. He's just getting and still surviving here with 2 more floppers. This is insane. Aussie, shout out.
He's got the floppers on the outside. He's coming, exactly. We've got the kangaroo players there. He's coming around the outside. We've seen a few really good jump cone players today. He's coming out trying to knock him down if he can. He's on the ultimate low ground. Got the bandage cannon. Doesn't need to follow it up though. Has the purple pump and the burst rifle. Shots coming out. That's Arab, I think. That was Arab making his way into this fight. He broke it apart. Even if he didn't get a limb here, he's the one who changed this entire fight so quickly. We have Jack Fishy on high ground. They've won 1 game already today. Do they win 2 games? That's Chaff who went down just then. So Chaff was still in it. Acorn and Jack Fishy. This might be the 2nd win for today. Are they the only team in NA East FNCS Finals Week 2 to pick up 2 wins total? I think they will. There's going to be a lot of points for them. They're now on low ground. They were in the contention as well. This is going to come right down to the wire. They could have picked up enough points. What's that? 6 eliminations for them and the win, a 16-point game. That
is literally indicative. They won by 1 point in the warm-up 2, and now in week 3 they do it again by 1 point. And no, it was not enough. Arab and Coop, even though they took them out in the final moments, they just could not overtake the Titans at the top.
I mean, they had that tiebreaker potential as well. If they won out, the game would not be there. They had to stop these guys 2 kills before